Today we are unboxing some vehicle wheel dollies. I guess that would be the best way to describe them. Basically, this is a tool that you can jack your vehicle up, place this under the tires, lower it down onto these, and then you can roll your vehicle around. They also have a lock so that you can keep the vehicle from rolling away. I will say there's probably one huge advantage to using these over just leaving your vehicle sitting on the ground, and that is they probably prevent or eliminate getting flat spots on your tires, because they're going to allow the tire to naturally roll underneath here, as you will see when I pull this out of here. So this is what I'm talking about. Your tire obviously has a natural roundness to it. If it's flat on the ground, it's having a flat spot pushed against it. If it sits long enough, and for some tires it can just be, maybe 2 or 3 weeks and they start getting a flat spot on them, whereas this is going to allow that round shape to hold up because it's off of the ground and it's supported on the sides. And these are also very heavy duty. I know you can't feel what I'm feeling, but they are solid. And there's your brake system there. There's the brake system. You press down to lock in the brake, otherwise they will roll nice and smooth, which means you can move your vehicle around your garage or shop, whichever direction you need to. And I won't, because I'm way too old, but I'm sure my teenagers would get on here and ride this like a skateboard. And of course it comes with instructions. Most of us will just throw this away and never bother reading it. 6,000 pounds is the maximum load on these. I'm assuming that means 4 tires and not each tire, because if it's each tire, that would be an incredibly large vehicle. Just use it on flat cement, not on uneven or obstructed areas. Obviously you have to jack up the vehicle to get it above these and then slowly lower. This is the vehicle that I am going to use these with. It's a 2011 GMC Acadia. It is in neutral right now, no brake is on, and you see it sits on the tires all the time. Now I'm a pretty big, strong guy, but to move the vehicle requires a lot of effort, and of course when I let go it tends to want to roll back on me. So I'm going to see if putting those on there helps, because this vehicle really needs to get moved around from time to time. And as you see, it's filthy out here. The birds are getting it, the dirt's getting it. So I need to be able to get it where I can wash it and then bring it back here, at least until I get it reassembled. All right, so we get her jacked up. Make sure you have your wheel brakes on the outside. Otherwise, when you are trying to move your car around, you're not going to be able to hit the brakes. Try to get that lined up and centered on the tire. And then we're just going to lower it slowly. Up on 4 of them. I wanted to point out as well, these are fairly wide tires. They're 255 millimeter width, and you can see there's room on there. You could probably get 285, maybe as much as 305 totally seated on there, and then obviously even wider than that. Might hang over a little bit, but it should be perfectly safe to have it overhang. As long as you have it somewhat centered, you don't want to have it where the thing is hanging over one side and not the other, where you might have a problem with worrying about tipping or whatever. The other thing I noticed that I will point out that's kind of nice, if you don't have the wheel mover totally centered on the tire when you're lowering the jack, it seems like the tire will pull it into place. Here we go. Let's start with some side-to-side movement. You see, pretty easy to be honest. I realize I'm a big, strong guy, but I'm not having to put that much effort into it. Now moving it back up, there's just a slight slope, and the wheels are probably turned, so I'm going to have to get a little leverage here first to get it going. So yeah, we got very easy side to side. I'm having trouble moving it straight back. I assume all these are unlocked. So the trick is obviously getting those wheels turning in the right direction that you're trying to roll it. You can't just push hard against the wheels. They won't straighten out for you. And obviously if there's any gravel or dirt underneath them, it's going to catch them and they're not going to want to roll. And I have a lot of gravel on the ground. And then to get the brake on, that's just one. There's obviously 8 brakes. But you see, just with one, it's not wanting to move. So I don't think you really need to hit all 8 brakes unless you are very concerned about it accidentally rolling away. And then you see with the brake off, it moves very freely. So pretty impressive product. Like I said, the nicest thing is going to be no flat spots on the tires, since this vehicle has been sitting for a long time and will continue to sit until I get the engine and transmission rebuilt and back in here. And this gives me the ability to kind of move it around side to side. It was obviously very easy, and I think if I get all the gravel off the ground, it'll make it easier to go straight back and forward. However, I may not need to move it much now that I'm not getting flat spots. I was mainly rolling it back and forth just to try to keep the flat spots from coming.